And we are live. So, Kneebon Championship race. I am broadcasting. So, since I didn't make it, I am going to be broadcasting for this one. So, I think that'll be pretty cool to see and get everybody's reactions to the championship race. But as we go through, take a look at our drivers. So, let's go down and look at our drivers for the championship. In the first, coming up first, we're going to have Ryan Carwell. So, let's just go through here and take a look. Where's he at on the board? Is he in? Yes, he is. So, he's coming out of the pits right now. Number 71, Ryan Carwell. He has good amount of races this season. He's got 5 wins on the season, and a lot of those have come at short tracks or similar tracks like this. So he's going to be one to look for heading into this one. Next in the playoffs is going to be Dylan Keynes. Dylan, one of the fastest guys in the league. He stole a race or two from me, and we had some pretty good battles at IRP and Kansas and things like that. But he has 4 wins on the season. He was able to make it to this next round. So he's going to be the second driver we're going to try to keep our eyes on. Colton. Let's see. Is Colton in here? Yes, he is. In the 36. So Colton doesn't have a win this season, which is really shocking seeing how well he's ran and how well he's been a lot of this season. Just hasn't been able to get the top step, but he has been second and third multiple times that I can think of. So it's going to be entertaining to see if he can get it and kind of pull a Daniel Hemrick in the last race of the season, maybe get that win. And I don't know. We'll have to see how that works out for him. And then last but not least, in the number 95, he is not on the racetrack. Let's see. Was he at all? There we go. There he is. So in the number 95, Nick Kneebon, the one who set this all up and gave everybody an opportunity to race at different tracks and just replace the NIS schedule and set all this up, and he was able to make it to the final round. He's been very consistent all season. He has 2 wins on the season, so gonna be looking out for him. Maybe the underdog out of all of everybody, which is kind of shocking because he has 2 wins. Colton has none, but I would say Nick is the underdog coming into this. Colton's ran up front. Let's see. Average finish. Colton's is 7th. Nick's is 6th. So maybe he isn't, but yeah, this one is going to be a lot of fun to watch. And I hope it's going to turn out pretty good on the broadcast and all that. So we have just a few more minutes of practice. Yeah, I'm super excited about this because I've raced all 4 of these guys for the championship all season. And I'm excited to see who's going to come out on top. Phoenix, really track that you got to drive. And I'm excited to see how they run it or race during this one. So we'll see. Is there going to be a bumper for the championship? I don't know. We're about to find out. Brett Edwards, Thomas, and Bob Cunningham. But on the pole, we're going to have Dylan Keynes, Ryan Carwell on the front row. So by 0.02 of a second, that was decided on the pole. What? This is going to be a heck of a championship finale. So, do a quick rundown of the field. Dylan, Ryan, Mitch, Colton, Shane, your top 5. Ryan, Matthias, Diego, Nick, and Alayton. I'm going to keep saying Alayton or Norgard. I'll just call him Norgard, so I apologize for butchering your name. And then, pretty deep down there, starting 11th, Nick Kneebon, our 4th of the qualifiers of this. So interesting. He's not had the best qualifying run, but he never does. He never seems to have that great qualifying speed, but always ends up late in the race there. So interesting. We'll see him, keep an eye out on him, working his way through the field. I'll try to talk about as many other people as I can, but obviously going to try to focus on the championship 4. between Nick Kneebon starting deeper in the field, 2/10 off of his championship rivals. But the top three all within less than half a tenth. Colton as well, you could throw Colton in there, half a tenth between the top four. This race is going to come down to the wire, hopefully. But 150 laps. Stages don't matter. No stage points or anything like that, so no stages. This one's going to be a fun one here, boys. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll get right back to you. Yeah, just good luck. Have fun with it. Make it entertaining. I'll post the video or the broadcast after, but have fun with it, boys. Don't know if they heard me, but all right. We're ready to go racing here in Phoenix.
Good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody.
Kneebon's K5. Kneebon's Truck Series, ready for the finale. 4 drivers going for the championship, and we'll let you know before the race, but on the pole is one of them in that 62. Dylan Kane's been fast all season, been able to slowly work his way into the points. I think missed the first few races or kind of struggled earlier in the season, but late in the season really started to make his way through and made it into that playoff position, made it to the final round, and he's on the pole for the finale. To his outside, his next competitor, Ryan Carlisle, in that 71, has a few wins this season. If my math is correct, let me pull my notes back up. Ryan had 5 wins on the season, the most out of the championship 4. So he's looking to cap off his wins on the season and get another one. Starting third is going to be Mitch Jewiski in that 7. To his outside, another competitor in the championship with that 36, Colton Tyndall. Not had a win all season, but very, very consistent driver. He's been able to make his way into the top 4 and made it to this final round. And I think we're going to go one more time around. I can't wait for this. I'm super excited about it. Said it at the beginning of the playoffs. If I didn't make it, I would be broadcasting this last race. So kind of thankful I didn't make it because this is going to be a lot of fun broadcasting. Everybody can go back and watch. But starting 5th, Shane Grady. Great qualifying for him. I think one of his best all season. Same with Ryan Thompson. He's been able to qualify, just hasn't had the race pace during the season. So we'll look and see what he's able to do for it. Just behind them, Matthias and Diego. Row number 4. Row 5, Nick King and Norgard in the 12. And your last, but certainly not least, championship 4 driver in Nick Kneebon, the one who started it all, gave everybody in this lobby an opportunity to race this season and battle it out for the championship. So he's going to be got some work to do, but we've seen him do it all season. Start deep in the field and work his way back up. So have an eye out on him. But as the leaders are coming off of turn 2, the pace car is going to pull off as they roll down the back straightaway for 150 laps tonight. Kneebon Truck NIS Series. .30 drivers in the race as they go through 3 and 4. Wait for the flagman to wave the green flag. Here they come. The championship finale is underway at Phoenix. Good restart so far for the field. Looks like Dylan's going to be to the early lead. Mitch already looking to the inside of Ryan. And caution waves early already. Have to go back and take a look at that. Not sure what happened there. Let's scroll on back, see what happened. Ooh, looked like there was a wreck on the front straightaway. Let me zoom on back here and take a look at that. What happened here? Looks like one spinning. Was that Rick in the 82? Ooh, big hit to the outside wall. That's going to be the ending for Rick. Wow, what a hit. That was very unexpected. Just looked like they maybe met in the middle here. Him and Michael just met in the middle as they were coming off of or into the tri-oval dog leg and just met in the middle. See everybody diving to the bottom. Looks like Michael just anticipated Rick going underneath it. Rick didn't, and they made hard contact, sending Rick hard in the outside wall, and that costed big, but that's going to restack the field. Back up. Looks like everybody's going to get their spots back. Doesn't look like any of the championship drivers lost many spots. No, none of the championship drivers lost any, so it's going to be all right and set there. Restarts are going to be wild here. Let's take a look at it once again. Go back a few laps to the start of the race. Take a little closer look on it. So you're going to see right here, Dylan able to get a good restart in the restart zone. Luckily that rule isn't into play, so able to get pretty even restarts, and everybody diving to that inside line, going through the inside. Coming up, it's going to be, a lot of times it's probably going to be 4 wide. So next restart, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the blimp cam and see, but this restart is going to be insane with how it plays out. Go back and take a look. You see all of them just dive to that inside line, and on the apron gets really spread out. And that's what we're looking for, especially on these restarts. And as more of the competitive guys or faster guys work their way through the field, it's going to get even crazier up at the front of it. So be on the lookout for that. Looks like we're going to double up once again this time and go 1 to go. Like I said, none of the championship drivers have changed spots or anything like that. So all good there. Nothing has changed. See 2 people out there watching, so I appreciate whoever that may be. It looks like pace car lights are out, so we're going to get back going green this time. Back for the restart. Still going to be Dylan and Ryan on the front row. Mitch made an early move, tried to get around Ryan early, just wasn't able to get it before the yellow came out, but Mitch might spoil the party for these championship drivers for at least the win. His pace car lights are out. We're going to get back going green this time. So Dylan, Ryan, Mitch, Colton, Shane, still the top 5. As they roll on by. Back into 3. Here we go. See when Dylan fires back green for the restart. Good restart for Dylan, able to get clear once again. Looks like Mitch is going to look to his inside, on the inside of Ryan. Colin just looking in the shadows, lurking there. Ryan's going to try to roll that outside line, see if he can peek a nose, get around Mitch early, or at least stay competitive with it. Doesn't want to be losing spots as Dylan with the clean air and starting to pull away. Ryan really trying to make that outside line happen as Colton's just right behind waiting to pounce. Now he's going to look to the inside of him. Go back to our next championship driver, Nick Kneebon. Right on board with him for a lap or 2. See how he's making his moves and getting through the field. Go on the nose cam, on the roof cam with him. See his line where he runs to try to make his moves. Not too aggressive on entry. Gonna wait till it single files out. But you see how much clean air is affecting. Ooh, one on the wall. I believe that was Ryan into the outside wall already. So championship drivers feeling the pressure. Already made one tiny mistake. Don't believe he's going to have any damage on the right side, but cost him a little bit of time as Mitch moves into second. Now Colton's fighting hard on the inside line to try to get around Ryan. Colton backing off, not being too aggressive early, possibly trying to save his tires, make sure that he has them at the end of the race. They dive down there. Mitch is starting to reel in. P1 of Dylan Keynes. See how he's going to make that move. Gets a good run on the outside line. Looks like he's going to take it. At least be to his right rear here. Riding on board with Ryan Carlisle. As Mitch is going to roll the outside line and go right around Dylan. So Mitch is going to have the clean air now. He's able to set the pace on however he wants to. Championship 3. 3 of the championship 4. Second, third, fourth. Battling right next to each other. Already making it fun. As we see them all start to spread out. Mostly single file around this racetrack already. But Colton trying to make the next move. Try to get himself into P2 in the championship. Third on restarts is definitely going to be a lot better than second. From what I've seen on restart, especially in official races. Seems like third gets a major advantage being just on that inside line. Can go all the way to the inside if he wants. And something to look forward to. So maybe Ryan's let Dylan kind of go. Doesn't want to be second, but Dylan has that gap. Now Colton goes to the inside of Ryan once again. See if he can get that done. 1-2 has multiple lanes. Not off of that corner, though. Ryan's going to go down the back straightaway and clear once again. But Colton still trying to make that move happen. One guy running really good, Diego Valley. 5.3K I-rated driver. Haven't seen him this season, I don't believe, but he's running inside the top 5 really comfortably. So he's diving all the way to the inside line, the lowest of the top 5. Just trying to roll that inside line as here comes Colton back with a run at Ryan. Gonna go the inside now. Can he complete the pass? Into 3 and 4. Gonna get to the inside, just might not have the run on exit. He's gonna dive all the way to the inside. As he comes up, they're gonna be side by side once again. Through the center. He's going to be clear, and he will on exit as well. So kind of gassed up right there, made sure he got up, but Ryan's going to fight back hard on the inside. Really good battling for the championship spot. P2 in the championship spot. They're trying to decide who's going to go after Ryan, or after Dylan. Apologies there. Colton now has the outside line, the line that he's preferred, as he gassed up in the center, trying to get around Ryan. Looks like he will through the center and on the exit. Going to have the run. He will clear Ryan around the outside there. And Colton moves into P number 2 in the championship on lap number 15. Still a long ways to go, though. Possible one spinning back in the field right in front of one of the championship 4 competitors. Kneebon, that was the 21 of Diego Valley. I just said how great of a job he was doing. And we just had an incident. Let's go back and take a look at that. See what happened there. Right on board with him. As we're following Ryan right here. Just gasses it a little and gets sideways. Nowhere for the 12 to go. But Diego spins on the exit of 3 and 4. That corner very slick. Take a look here. See if we can tell more what happened. Don't know if Shane got involved in it, but running in the 5th spot, Diego starts to pick up the gas, just the right side's on that seam. Set up possibly a little bit looser for the start of the run. Shane into the back of him. Nothing that Shane could do there. Then the 12 of Norgard, nowhere for him to go. But Diego started getting loose. Shane, nowhere to go from his point of view. Let's take a look. Just you see the 21 start to spin. He tries to get up in time. Just gets in the back of him. Shouldn't hurt him too much. Yeah, it doesn't even look like there's damage. So possibly just, my screen or something. But pretty good there. And more damage for the 12. Let's go and look from his point of view on the helmet cam. So sees the 21 get loose, sees the 21 spin, tries to go up top. Just isn't enough space for him up there. Looks like Kneebon also. Big scare for one of the championship competitors. He's moved up 4 spots into the top 10 now, closing in on the top 5, but he's in 7th as you look in the bottom left. So pretty crazy so far. Diego already gone, unfortunately, as he was having such a good run. Yep, that one's on me. Just got loose on my own. Well, sorry there, Diego. I may have jinxed him, but we're going to get back running here. It doesn't look like any of the top drivers pitted at the front. See if anybody did back in the field. Looks like Brett Edwards was up 5 spots from where he ran. Biggest mover at the moment is the number 2 of Connor Knowlton. Doing a great job there, up 7 spots in the bottom left. James in the 04 as well, up 6 spots, so he started really deep in the field. James slowly working his way through. Great job so far, but Mitch got the lead early in the race in the first 10 laps and is pretty much just set the pace. It doesn't look like any of the 3 behind him are quick enough to catch yet, but we still have a lot of pit stops to come, adjustments to be made, and one thing I've noticed this week, clean air is definitely something that is valuable. So Mitch, especially on these restarts, being out front, could make the championship battle even better with, you know, them all being pretty close together, and with all of them being in dirty air, there's not going to be one that can pull away. So I think for the fans and for me watching, Mitch being in the lead is actually going to make this championship battle a lot more interesting than what it may seem. So lights are going to go out on the pace car. Mitch the control car. Dylan still P2. Colton 3rd, Ryan 4th. And look who's slowly worked his way and avoided that last incident. Made his way back up through the field. Sitting P7 behind Shane Grady. So looking to make something happen. We might ride on board with him here for the restart. Watch how crazy these restarts get. Let's go ahead and do that. Is he going to slowly roll into his spot? This track is so cool. You're going to see them all in that dog leg right to the right of your screen as they go. But back onto the roof with the 95 of Nick Kneebon. Mitch fires. We're back green. Let's see. What decisions does Nick make here down the tri-oval into turn 1? Looks like just going to stay low as he can go. Now let's look from the gearbox on top of the roof looking backwards from Mitch's point of view. What he's seeing in the mirror, they're 3 wide deeper in the field. And they're spinning. That's the 3 around. I saw more contact. That's James around. And caution number 3 of the night is going to wave. Go back and take a look here. What happened on that one? They were 3 wide in the field. As we go through the corner, let's take a look. They were 3 wide in front of Nick King. Alan Kneebon trying to roll that outside line. Does a great job, but just a little bit of a stack up. You see the 37 in John Lewis just checks up just a little bit in front of Nick King, and Nick, nowhere for him to go. Just another racing incident there on the exit of the corner, but them being 3 wide did not help that situation. And they were able to not avoid it. Then James Hester, of course, I mentioned another person that's been working the way through the field and doing a good job. And nowhere for him to go. He couldn't check up in time. So just a little bit of a stack up on the exit. 3 wide caused that one. Another racing incident there. And then more contact with Maxime, possibly. And, ooh, a little bit of left front damage for Michael there. Possibly. But shouldn't hurt James too bad. Just a little left rear nick. No front end and no rear damage. So pretty stout. Other than that, doesn't look like there's anybody pitting up at the front of the field. Anybody pit? No, nobody has pitted yet. So still doesn't look like drivers are pitting. We have, how many tires are in the pits for this one? 4. So 1 on the car, or 1 on the truck, and 3 in the pits. So that's going to be noted for these incidents. You get a lucky yellow, could come down, take tires. Whatever happens is definitely going to be interesting strategy. A lot of 3 or 4 of the races this week for me personally, and the B Open races and official races, has been coming down to strategy. So excited to see if that comes into play here. Little update on everybody for the real cup thing. Practice, Ryan Blaney was top of the board. Fastest average lap, or fastest lap, was 3rd. And that put him the best out of the championship 4. And best 10 lap average was Blaney. But Bell was actually quicker on a 10 lap average. So Larson being 10th on both really does not look good for Larson. Not going to lie there. My picks were Larson or Blaney. I picked Blaney, so we'll see how that comes into play, though. But pace car lights are going to go out this time. We're going to get back going. Right now, in the championship spot is Colton. Able to pass Dylan there. Ryan losing 3 spots here. He's dropped back 3 spots. 95, Nick Kneebon. He's back still to 7th. But Colton, if he finished here now, he would win the champion. If the race were to end on this lap, Colton would win the championship without winning a race this season. How crazy would that be? Pull a Matt Crafton back in 2019. But Colton going to line back up for the restart. Mitch back on the front row. Mitch has been setting the pace in front of these championship competitors. Could be a tragic call from Ryan, though, with restarting 5th instead of 4th on that outside line, with him being able to get in the inside. But Dylan's been blinking a little bit, so we'll see how that comes in play. Back for the restart, though. Mitch fires. We're back green. Everybody dives to that inside line for the restart. Through the field we go. Nick in the 95 looking to make something happen. Trying to get around Ryan. Not going to be able to, though, as they count off in turn 4, or off in turn 2. Old turn 4. It's going to be Colton, Dylan, Shane making his way up into 4th. Ryan, 5th. Kneebon still in. Did he lose a spot there? Could be 8th now. Nope, he moved back into 7th. So single filed out so far during this race, as Colton lurking behind that 7 machine, trying to make something happen. Shane with his best run of the season. I'm not going to, say he's doing a great job, because I've jinxed the last 2 people I've said that. So Shane looking pretty, just really bad, Shane. You should be leading and pulling away. So, if I don't want to talk about anybody, I jinxed everybody. So, yeah, right now, championship leader is Colton, being in that 2nd spot on the racetrack. Running on board with Mitch. From the helmet cam now with Nick Kneebon. Getting a little bit on that apron, but following in the tire tracks of 2 Ryans in front of him. Ryan Thompson and Ryan Carwile. See his line entering the corner a lot lower than the cars in front of him. Trying to keep air on the nose. And then on exit, they kind of come down. Able to keep the drive in it, though. Good exit for him. Everybody's pretty similar into 3 and 4. 3 and 4, you gain a lot of time driving it in on entry. Off of 2, running a little bit higher line, saves tires, but depends on where you're running. Top 10, all single file out, running very similar lines, and it single filed out, became a truck race and a Phoenix race. So it doesn't seem like too many battling going on the racetrack so far as we take a look through the field. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a crank it up. If I can find the camera. One moment. Still learning everything. Did they get rid of it? Wait, we won't have one. All right, too bad. But still up front is Mitch, Colton second, Dylan third, Shane and Ryan, your top 5. Dylan keeps blinking out. Not able to stick with him, though. We can do a little crank it up. I just got to watch it. Here we go. All right, as we lower that back down just a little bit, back up to the front. You see, it's just single file, not much going on yet in here. So Mitch still up front, Colton second, Dylan blinking but third, Shane, Ryan, Kneebon. Your top 8, top 7. Colton not able to make up too much ground, and then out of these 4 that are the closest on the racetrack, it seems like currently just not able to gain much time, riding on board with the 95 of Nick Kneebon. A little bit higher line than these 3. Gonna try to get that run on exit, but just doesn't look like Ryan's able to catch the back of Shane. And Dirty Air is kind of coming to play. Phoenix is one of the only short tracks that you'd think, you know, Dirty Air comes into play, but you see the sweeping corner of 1 and 2, it definitely comes into play with being a factor. 3 and 4, it's a tighter corner, but still, everybody runs a pretty exact line, same line. So once they get into the corner, so it's hard to gain any time here, and that's what makes it very difficult. That's why Harvick was really good. He figured out he has 10 wins here at Phoenix, but track takes a lot of skill, especially in the Cup and Xfinity cars. Truck's a little bit easier to drive, but still, it takes some technique to get a pass done, and we're seeing it now as it's kind of single filed out here on lap number 38. Gonna see if anybody after the race could join the Discord and or one of the Discord chats and do a interview, but that would be pretty good. I would very much appreciate a winner interview and champion interview. But Dylan having a lot of problems. He's blinky. So I don't know if that's just my point of view or what, but he is very blinky, and that could cause some problems at the end of this if we have a late race restart or something like that, especially for the championship. Drivers not knowing where he is, that could be big, as just behind him, the 8, 71, 9, they're all racing pretty hard, as the 71 starting to apply the pressure. Let's go right on board with him as he's starting to make a move on Shane, just for a few laps here from the helmet cam. Shane deep into the corner. Going to wash up just a bit on exit through the center. And Ryan gets a better run that time. Down the front stretch. Let's see what lane he goes to. Does Shane went a little bit higher, try to block the dirty air. Ryan just able to roll center, entry to center, but doesn't have that drive on exit, as being in the dirty air is really hurting him here. Go just behind these two. Nick Kneebon starting to fall back from the back end of the 9. Doesn't seem like he's having a great race so far to make his way through the field. Phoenix, one of the tracks where you have to qualify good and make your way through the field. He is up 4 spots from where he started, but not having a great run so far. Making his way back through the field, struggling on that turn 3 entry, it looks like. Hitting the apron every once in a while, but still in contention of it. Long race, anything can happen. We're not even a third of the way through. So next little battle, though, is just behind them with Matthias, Allen, and Tyler. Tyler, another championship driver, and Allen doing mighty fine inside the top 10. He's having a good run tonight. Allen, average start is 17th, average finish is 19th, but he's been very solid the last few weeks. Super Speedway led a few laps at Talladega, and he's very, very close on it. Let's go through the field and look actually at our biggest movers. The number 2 is up 8 spots from where he started. A little bit down here. That is the 70 of Jake Carter. He's making a few spots up from where he started. This is all just off of where like they start position, so not fully the race pace or where they restart or anything like that. So there's that, but looks like Jake is up 10 spots, as you see in the bottom left. Anybody else? Up 5, 3, 9. Jim Easley up 9 spots from where he started. Pretty good there. Nick King making his comeback through the field. Pretty good there, but back up to the front. Mitch down through the dog leg. Ryan still trying to find a way to get around the number 8 of Shane. Shane doing a good job to hold him off. But I don't think Ryan's going to wait too long. Being 3rd in the championship for a restart, he will be 5th. Anytime now, if we do get a yellow, there will be pit stops. 100% cars will start to come down pit road. So Ryan could run it green. I don't know how long a fuel run will be, so we'll have to just kind of look at that. But Ryan trying to pressure the 8 into making a mistake into turn 1. They're going to look low as they went in the corner there. He is going to get underneath him. Shane going to roll it around the outside line. Ryan working hard to try to get back up there, just not able to yet. But Shane going to get not a great exit. Ryan's closer than he's been all race. Gonna have a look there. The contact made. The 71 ships the 8 up the racetrack. Little bumper on the entry. On the exit of the corner, though, is he gonna have a big enough run? Go on board with the number 9 watching this battle. He's gonna get the outside of Ryan here. So Shane getting the bumper from the 71. Ryan trying to get him to go. Knows he's not in the championship spot right now, so he knows he's got to pick up the pace and go. Ryan's been very good on these tracks. He won IRP, or finished pretty decent at IRP, I remember. And that's probably the closest track that we've ran at. But it looks like Ryan's going to clear... Ryan Thompson's going to clear Ryan Carlisle on the outside line there. So a great pass there by Thompson. Getting that very outside line to work. Ryan Thompson has a win this season. Not sure where at, but yeah, definitely a interesting one. I believe Ryan Carlisle, yes, he did. He did win the IRP race, which is the closest track to here, with being a flatter, short track. So Ryan Carlisle, kind of shocking that he's not doing too good, at least points and championship-wise. Shane going to slide up the 95. Going to go all the way to the inside line. Trying to get that very bottom line work. No, he's going to try to come to pit road. Nick Kneebon into the pits early here. We'll ride on board with him as he does come down. first championship competitor bite. Is that going to bring others down pit road? Let's see. Colton. We'll watch, see if him or Dylan pit. Are they going to come to pit road now? Doesn't look like it. They're going to both stay out. Carlisle doesn't pull the trigger either, as Ryan Thompson's going to make his way into the top 4. Gets around Shane. Ryan Carlisle's going to try to do the same move. Shane's starting to fall off just a little bit as that top line is starting to come in. Kneebon just now leaving his pit stall now, running in the 24th position. So he's going to lose a lap here. Let's check where the 7 is. He's off of turn 2. So yes, the 95 will only lose 1 lap. But he's going to be on the fresher tires. Let's see how that pace is compared to other drivers. On older tires, he's going to run way underneath that apron. Trying to get underneath James Hester here. Going to make that pass look easy with the fresher tires. So we'll see how the pace is and when everybody else bites. Doesn't look like there is anybody yet in the championship. Don't know where Dylan's at a lot of times, so we may have to be careful with that. But first one to bite really early in this one is the one who created the season. So we're starting to see actually a close-in from Colton onto the back of Mitch, apologies there, starting to reel him in. And as we're talking about that, Dylan is starting to follow. So the top 3 getting closer and closer every lap. Colton's starting to reel him in. Gonna go way underneath that apron. Mitch not going all the way down. Through the corner of the racetrack. Doesn't look like he's able to get much of a run, though. Any closer, just that dirty air is not going to be good for him. But he's able to hold off Dylan right now. Be interesting to come and talk to Colton and Dylan and all 4 of the championship drivers post-race. See if Nick would, but don't really think so. But Colton might. And see what he was thinking at this point in the race. This would be very interesting to see. Is he more focused on Dylan, who's right behind him for the championship? Or worried about just trying to get around Nick to clear? And if he does, he has a pretty good shot of trying to pull away from Dylan. So Dylan staying on the racetrack, Colton going all the way down, and Mitch kind of doing in between, going down to the white line. Nick Kneebon now up to 23rd, going to try to make the pass for that spot. Get another one, get cleared, try to catch his championship competitors. Ryan Carlisle, though, after clearing Shane Grady into the top 5 once again, just doesn't have the pace as the front guys yet. But as we start seeing them get later and later in the race, they'll be making their way closer and closer to the field. We get a late race restart here. Tune in. This is going to be, stay tuned, because this is going to be real interesting if we get one here. Top 3 still under a blanket within less than half a second off each other. 4/10 that time at the line. Try to take a look here at lap time. So last lap time, 28.1 from Colton. Kneebon, 27.5. So almost 0.5 of a second quicker. See, Colton crossing line that time, 28.2. Nick Kneebon, as he comes off the corner, obviously doing some passing. 27.4, so almost a second quicker here. As Colton's all over the back bumper of Mitch now, trying to go for that lead. As the lap cars are coming into play now. Colton had a good opportunity, was on the back bumper of Mitch on the exit of turn 2, just wasn't able to get to him, possibly loose him up, but Colton's never a dirty driver. I came up on him a few times and he just let me come up on the exit of the corners when I was clear. So I really don't see Colton moving a guy, especially for not even the championship spot. But if he's in the championship spot at that moment, I don't see him doing it. I don't think anybody in the top or in the championship 4 would move each other and really dump each other for it. Even for the win, I don't see it happening. So Colton may give him a little bit of bumper and tell him get up going so he can get further away from Dylan. But Dylan's going to get stuck behind that lapper on entry. That's going to hurt his center and exit. So Colton able to open up just a little bit more of a gap. As we're making moves, though, other than Kneebon, the only one who pitted, always does interesting strategy calls, though. Never one that kind of just sits back or just lets the race come to him. Always the one to be making the decisions or seeing if people bite on him. So we'll see if that comes into play later in the race. But with him being on older tires or a set down on tires and a yellow comes out at this point and him still being lapped down, that's going to be big. So let's see. Is he the first one to lap down? No, he's not. So he is trying to catch Dan in the 25, who is entering 3 on older tires. Dan ran a 30 that last lap. Kneebon ran a 27.5. So almost 2.5 seconds quicker than Dan. Dan 28.6 that time by. Possibly just letting the leaders go. But trying to get back into the fight. Doesn't want to end up running fit this season, as I believe we saw the 9 coming down pit road. Yes, he is. Ryan Thompson coming down pit road now. Gonna bite on lap 64. They drop the jack. He's gonna get back running. Pitted inside the top 5. Kneebon's gonna go around him here. And he's gonna overtake him. So Kneebon going to be on way older tires as Ryan's coming out of the pits now. Ryan's going to come out where Nick did before. Or pretty similar spot. But Ryan on, 20, 30 lap fresher tires from when Kneebon pitted. So that could be interesting there. Ryan Carlisle. He's found his way back into the 4th spot now. But the top 3 still haven't moved away from each other. Colton just able to get to the back bumper. Mitch just doesn't seem to have the clean air on the nose to get by him. Biggest mover of the race so far, though. A little shout out. Jake Carter up 13 spots from where he started. Started in the 26th position in that blue 70. Another driver, the 2 of Connor Knowlton in that nice, pretty 2 scheme. He's up 10 spots. So those 2 making up some big ground here. While it's still going green, one on the wall right in front of the leaders, though. That could have been a catastrophe for those 3. If a lapper gets in the mix of this, this could be big for them, especially for the championship drivers, and I don't know how Kneebon would like that. But let's do a little bit, another crank it up here as we're still in the green on lap 69. Nice. Alrighty, a little bit there as Colton just able to get there, but just not able to make the pass or make a move. He's there, just isn't quick enough to get by with no air on the nose. I'm shocked his tires aren't more worn than they are, but maybe Mitch is just kind of toying with him. Maybe he's trying to save a little bit more. Don't know how long a fuel run is, so these guys haven't pitted. They've ran 72 laps, most of them under green, but a few yellow. So it could just go a little bit further. Don't know what fuel's looking like, though. But Colton going to have a look into one. Not going to get in the back of him. But on his back bumper on entry, through the center, gets a little bit of speed. But the run on exit stays about the same. Dylan with a tiny bit of a run. But these three under a blanket here for about the last 15, 20 laps. Colton keeps diving to that inside all the way down at the bottom of the racetrack. Into turn number 1. Isn't as close as he was the last time. Trying to make something happen. As Dylan's going to look to the inside of Colton. Not going to have the move though, but just showing the nose. Hey Colton, I'm here. I've caught up, buddy. I'm here. Just a friendly reminder for him. These three drivers trying not to crack under the pressure. It's very hard to pass here at Phoenix, but one mistake could cost you the lead. And Mitch hasn't made one yet. Dylan pressuring for the championship on Colton. None of them have cracked yet. And even Dylan, I like being in Dylan's position, but with it being as hard as it is to pass, I don't know if it's the best spot of the race. As much as I like being the one applying the pressure and putting the pressure on, as hard as it is to pass, I don't know if I would want to be right there where they're at. So we'll see how it is late in the race. We're just past halfway now as these drivers are completing lap 77. 2 laps ago, past halfway, and Mitch still out in the lead. Got it before lap 10 and has set the pace ever since. But it looks like he's had to speed up just a little bit from Colton and Dylan coming. Another driver to pit road that we see, Jim Easley. Not sure when these guys are going to pit, so after pit stops, we'll see where everybody cycles out, and I'll try to do a little bit of a rundown of the field and show everybody else. But these three, not sure when or how long they can go without pitting. Right on board here with Dylan.
Pitting in.
Question for any of the guys who stayed out so far. How long is it like a fuel run? I just talked in all teams, so I don't think they're going to be able to hear it, but
70 maybe longer, but we had caution lap.
all right, 10-4. All right, as we see Dylan to pit road this time. Dylan coming to pit road as I was asking. Dylan pitting the second one to buy out of the championship drivers. Kneebon did it way early, trying to gain some time. This could help Colton tremendously as he's pitting a lap earlier. Let's see. Does he do it? Can he get a good pit road? This is where it comes into play. Could be the only stop of the race as we have a 70-lap run to the end. But Dylan, good stop in the box. Or Colton, good stop in the box. Let's see. Where's the 7 at? 7 and 62 are in pit road. So, 70. Okay, so the top 5 have all pitted now. They're all in the pits. Let's go and try to find Colton. He's now just leaving the box. So, pitting that 1 lap later. Needs a good out lap to get out front. He can clear the 7 if he has a good one here. Back to the 10th spot that time as he crossed the line. Still up in front of Nick Kneebon. But Kneebon on the way older tires. Actually, no. Where did Nick cycle out to? Where's he at? He's off of turn 4 now. Colton, middle of the corner. So Nick has jumped Colton. But let's see how long that lasts. As Nick's been on such a long run, I don't know if that's the strategy to play for. Let's see where the other drivers come out. Colton out. And the 7 on pit road. He's in the box. Let's see. Where do they come out? Colton, middle of the corner now. Let's see where the 7 is. Still in the box. What is going on with Mitch? Is the 62 back out? Yes. Dylan's back out there. Some problems for Mitch. Not sure what happened there. Major problems, though. But Colton's going to jump to the lead. He has nearly a second on Dylan in that 62. More than a second now. But Mitch with major problems in the pits, possibly sped. Is that what happened? Did he get a black flag on entry? Had to serve a penalty? Maybe here. Let's go back and take a look at it. Hold on. Go one more. Did he speed? Pit road speed is 55 or 45. Possibly. He did hit 47 there. Maybe he sped. Wow. Could have sped for the leader of the race, but it cycled out now. Norgard is going to be top. Just behind him, Ryan Carlisle trying to unlap himself. We'll see. I believe Norgard was calling out pitting there. He is. The 81's going to cycle out to the lead. He is not pitted yet. But to the point is the 36 machine. After everybody pits, should be Colton. As he's middle of 1 and 2 right now. And the 62 is middle of the corner right now. So with a pretty sizable gap between these two drivers. 3.3 seconds between Dylan and Ryan. As caution's going to wave. Cautions. This is going to mix it up a ton now. Caution waves. Oh boy. Strategy is going to be big here. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened here. Let's go to TV2 and take a look. Looks like the 27, Steven, just on the exit of the corner with, well, unfortunately, Shane right behind him. Similar thing that happened to Shane earlier in the race, but just nice 360, though. I don't think that should have been a caution, personally. That really shouldn't have been a caution. Great save by Steven to keep that off the wall. And just do a nice 360 and keep going. But this is going to mix up the running order a ton. So let's see what everybody does here into pit road. Colton stays out. Kneebon in. What I expected. So he pitted way early in this one. And he's now on to pit road. So good call by him. Same call I would have made. That would have been where I would have thought. He cycled back out, not a lap down, or everybody who hasn't pitted is going to pit this time. So this could trap a lot of people. Lap down, could not. Very interesting call, though, for Kneebon. I said it. His strategy may not have worked at the start unless he gets a yellow. And he got a yellow, and now he's going to be on the best tires of the field. Going to be deep, though, in it. So we'll see. Colton pitted only a few laps ago. But man, what? This is going to be a 40-lap dash here to decide it. As Colton. So we have Ryan, who's coming to pit road this time. So this will give Colton the lead. Dylan staying out. Nick, I don't know if he pitted or not. Wow, this race just become very, very interesting. Let's take a gander here. Let me make sure lap times, pit thing, pit info, pitted lap, pit time. Let's see. All right. So on the pit times, let me pull that up real quick for y'all. Change that on the overlays. My apologies. Put it right here. So we have, that'll be in the bottom right hand corner, so you'll see it here. I'll make it a little bit bigger. So Colton pitted on lap 80. The 81, Nick Martin, he's made a ton of spots here, and he's moved into the second spot, so he didn't pit. He gained a ton of spots now. Dylan on lap 81, so only a lap later than Colton. Well, that's going to move him into the third spot. Nick Kneebon on lap 88, pitted. So moved into the fourth and has the best tires out of the championship 4 in the best spot, championship position wise, and all that. So interesting there. He's gonna have 8 and 7 lap fresher tires than Colton and Dylan. As Carlisle, he is just a little bit further back, but he pitted on 89. So behind them and with fresher tires, this is going to be very, very interesting. So Colton and Dylan on the older tires, going to be a little bit further up the field. Nick as well. I mean, Nick Martin, he pitted on the same lap as Nick Kneebon, but he's running for the win too. He's got an opportunity for the win. I don't think he's going to back down from it. So he pitted on the same lap as Nick Kneebon and a lap earlier than Ryan, but he's going to be the furthest one up front. So if he's able to roll the outside of Colton and take the lead, he's going to be in a pretty good spot here. So we'll go ahead, keep this on the low. But pace car lights are out. We're going to get back going green this time. So the championship 4. First, third, fourth, and 6th for the restart. There'll be a restart on lap 92 when they cross the start-finish line. Anything can happen. The last championship 4 driver is on the freshest tires. The one leading it is on the least fresh. So this is going to be a 60 or 58 lap run to the end if it does go green. See all the wave rounds at the back, trying to get their laps back and all the E-Whales and going at the back. So Colton going to be at the front, back for the restart. Colton fires. We're back green. Colton needs that jump on the older tires. Is everybody doing a quick flyby now? But into turn 1. Colton, Dylan, Nick Martin, not a great restart. Kind of stacked up Nick Kneebon, one of our championship drivers. Not a great restart there. Kneebon trying to get by. He's going to be clear to go to the inside line. Going to take it late now. But he lost a spot to Ryan Thompson. He knows he's got the fresher tires, so he's not going to be too worried about it. Then his front 2 competitors. Nick trying to clear Ryan Thompson around the outside line. Ryan been working that outside line in 1 and 2. Cleared quite a few people earlier in this one. He's going to try to hold it around the outside line. Going to keep Kneebon in that 5th spot. Cross the line that time, though. Nick's going to have it. Or Nick couldn't get it there through the center. Will have it. Should clear up on exit. Move Nick Kneebon into the P3 spot. 8 lap fresher tires, then the front 2. Can he run them down? Ryan Carlisle, look at the pass that Nick made. Ooh! Big hit for our championship 4th place runner. Gone. Looks like a wheel problem or a mechanical failure. Just as we clicked on him, hard left to the inside wall. Possible wheel disconnection? What happened there? Whoa. Well, that's going to be major problems. I don't know what happened. Looks like he just slowly turned left. Possibly screen went black or something. I don't know. But he is gone from the race to try not to clear or cause a yellow. One of our championship competitors out. Very, very disappointed for Ryan. That was going to be a heck of a championship battle. I believe he was quicker than the 9 of Ryan and could have gotten around him, but very unfortunate. But now, could have been 4 for 4, but the 3 still left in the race. The top 3 in the race. So, I don't know. We're going to see how much strategy and tires and track position comes into play. I tried on board with Nick Kneebon for a few laps as he's trying to reel in the front two. He's on the 8-lap fresher tires, remember. Man, that's so... Oh, that sucks for Ryan Carwile. Second most wins on the season. Running in the 4th championship spot. Not able to get there and finish, but... that sucks. So, lap 100 this time. 50 laps to go as we cross the start-finish. Let's go ahead and look at last lap. So, 2.65 to a 3.228. So less than a tenth of a second out of the top two. Or top three. Dylan trying to make something happen. Doesn't look like he's going to have the speed outright yet to go up there and take it from Colton. Even though he has 1-lap fresher tires, Nick on the 8-lap fresher and pitted under that yellow. He's slowly creeping in on the back bumper of the 62, though. One thing to keep in mind, too, another yellow mixes everything up. Does Nick stay out? Does Dylan and Colton pit? Who knows? Kneebon might be in one of the best spots, though, being in that 3rd spot, being able to see his competitors where they pit. See the 3 different lines from the championship 3. Rest of the race is going to be locked on them. Here comes Ryan Thompson, though, back at it. Colton been going the lowest out of everybody, it seems like, on the dog leg. But as we get, Colton seems to be running the lowest in 1 and 2. Ryan a little above him. Kneebon trying to run that top line. Trying to read the chat. A few people are talking in the Discord. Damn, that sucks for Ryan, man. He had an opportunity. We're going to have what it's been like in real life the last however many years of this format, where the top 4 end up being the championship 4. So that was going to be cool to have that play out in real, well, and not in real life, but in iRacing. That would have been really cool to see. Man, that sucks. But if we go green to the rest of the way, these drivers can make it on fuel. So that's something that we're going to have to look at. Hey, first one to comment. Headset died. Headset died. I believe that's what Ryan said. So, man, I'm sorry, Ryan. That sucks. I was just saying how cool it would have been to have the top 4 be the championship 4, but yeah, we'll chalk it down to a blown motor, flat tire or something, mechanical problem, but oh, that sucks. So, Gavin, I see you in the chat, bud. Who y'all got so far? So, I'll pull up the thing right quick. Place the bets before the rest of the race. We'll stop it here when we get to 110 with 40 to go. Who do you guys think is going to get this championship? Got Colton on the oldest tires. Dylan 1-lap fresher, but in P2, and Kneebon 7-lap freshers, then Dylan 8 on Colton, running in the 3rd spot. What do you guys think? I think the longer it runs, Kneebon will definitely be quicker by the end of it. But speed-wise, Colton's been really fast. He was right on Mitch's bumper. Mitch, really good driver. Won one of the super late races for the Kern Championship. So, I don't know, and was leading this whole race. 7.7K driver. Colton was sticking right with him. So, with that being said, I don't know how much more he could, Colton could do speed-wise, especially on the older tires now. But as Nick trying to do something, And look who slowly creeped back in. Ryan Thompson. He's in the 4th spot. We get a restart. He's going to want to be on the outside line. He's been there for most of these restarts, and it's been fine. So Ryan could be in a pretty good spot here. He pitted on lap 89, a lap after Kneebon. So we'll see how that comes into play. Kneebon going to have a nose underneath the 62. Not going to make the move, though. Not going to be able to get it, though. That 95 is working it, trying to get around him. Just hasn't been close enough to make that move. He seems to get an okay run down the front straightaway. Just isn't able to get close enough to maybe throw a slide job or get to nose-to-nose on the exit of the corner. But this is your top 4 here in the moment. Pretty cool vantage point there. With these 5 being it. Let's ride on board from a pretty cool camera that I like. On top with Kneebon's. Trying to get to the back bumper of Dylan. Dylan trying to run away from them all. Or Colton trying to run away from them all. Nick trying to catch them both. And Dylan stuck in the middle in a championship sandwich right now. Seeing the different lines from the top 5. Guy that's hung on pretty well is Nick Martin. Top 5 for him. He's up in the mix now. He's up 8 spots from where he started. He's got that good restart. Started 2nd, I believe. 4th, and has stayed up there. Jake Carter in the 70 up 15 spots. So we've talked about him quite a bit. Alan Kneebon. We're looking to get a top 10. He's been having pretty good results at the end of these races. Nick King, after his problems earlier in the race, he was one of the first 2 cautions or was involved in it. Able to slowly work his way back. So pretty good job by him. Anybody else kind of notable that we've seen up front but struggling at the bit? Where's Mitch at? Where's Mitch running? He's down in 16th, so maybe had an issue or a lap down. He is. Mitch is still a lap down, so unfortunately not up there for him. But the top 4 as well. I missed it. Ryan able to get around Kneebon. What happened here? Able to get underneath him on the entry of the corner. Ryan going for it, man. He's looking to the inside, able to clear on the exit of the corner. Almost. Nick trying to fight it hard, but first pass I think we've seen Ryan make on the inside line. Able to get around him there. Back to live, though. Apologize there. Trying to get back up to it, but the 62 of Dylan Keynes. Here he comes, starting to reel in on the back bumper of the 36. Little bit closer, and he's going to start to get little loose. Very hard in the corner, almost into the back of him. Trying to get that run for the exit. Cole going to go way down low. Dylan staying up high, trying to look to the outside line. These 2 look to be your championship 2 at the moment. Into the wall there a little bit for Dylan. Kneebon starting to drop back a few spots. Doesn't look like he has that long run pace, even after pitting after these front 2. Possibly the dirty air is just really hurting him. But Dylan, just like we saw when Colton was behind Mitch, Dylan applying the pressure. Keeping it on him. Can he do it for the next 32 laps? Will Colton make a mistake in that time? We don't know. Could it? I mean, if Nick really isn't in contention for it and is dropping back kind of how he is, does he make another bold strategy call and try to pit early? That could be a good call for Nick if we get maybe lucky yellow or something and him go for it. I don't know, to be honest. He's got the short run speed to stick with these guys, but we've seen the dirty air just not been nice to any driver out back. So could be very big here if we get another yellow. Cross the line now. We're going to be 30 laps to go. 30 to go to decide the championship within a tenth of a second. The front two in the championship. Front two in the race. After a long, grueling season, 23 races, 22 ran. This is the 23rd and final. It's coming down to a 30-lap shootout within a tenth of a second for the championship. Couldn't get much better than this. As Dylan all over the back bumper of Colton. Hasn't gave him the bumper yet, but this is allowing Ryan to close in on both of them. So Ryan closing in on both. See, does he try to back up the corner? He does a little bit through the center. Gets a run off, trying to do what Dylan is able to do, but Dylan all over the back of Colton still. Looking to have a dive. Colton, he's looking in the mirror. You can tell Colton missed the bottom just a little bit. He is looking in the mirror on corner entry. Make sure Dylan's not going to have that dive. Dylan needs to not worry about that mirror. Try to get the run off. Would really help if he is watching the video. I think going up, from what I've learned, at least in the Xfinity cars, going up in the 1 and 2, driving off straighter, would definitely give dirty air to Dylan more. There, Dylan not too good of a corner. Going to arc a little bit more, come off lower. Good exit for him, though. Colton right there. Man, I got a smirk on my face. Smiling. What a race so far. And we're not even done. Coming to lap 25. 25 to go as we hit the line. Dylan seems to get that same run through 1 and 2 and on exit. Just Colton can't overdrive the corner and make a mistake. Let Dylan get there. And if he does, he's got to force him to the inside line. We've seen how good the top is that Ryan's been making. Ryan's been making that top line look really the best racing line through 1 and 2. So seeing he's starting to fall back just a little, but that could just be dirty air with both cars. Dylan had to go a little bit lower to avoid the lapper. Gets in the wall there. Kneebon starting to drop back quite a few. Second and 3/10 back from your leader now, or from the car in front of him, that being third place, Ryan Thompson. So Kneebon not got the long run pace in this one. But like I said earlier, does he try to make an interesting pit strategy call? Does he try to mix it up, do something? Who knows? Dylan still trying to work over the back bumper of the 36. Can he get there? See it? See the run? Is he able to do anything with it, though? Just slow enough through the corner to where it's not able to help. There he goes. He's going to get a little bit of a run there. See how he exits the corner off in turn 3 and 4 a little lower than Colton. Colton's driving into the corner hard. There, Colton's going to have the better exit. Stick right with it. See, when Dylan's not right on his bumper, not having to look in the mirror, but you see him wash up on the exit. Tries to get back on the gas now. I think Dylan got a little sideways, too, on the exit. So, Dylan better center off. Colton entry and center better. Or entry better. But it's starting to pull away as we have a yellow. Caution out with, oh boy, 20 laps to go. Caution is out. What happened there? Let's go back and take a look. Caution is out. We'll go back and take a look here under the yellow after these drivers do their pit stops. We're going to watch these pit stops similar to the 2021 Cup Championship. 20 to go or a very late restart. Pit stops going to be made. Top 4, top 5, all coming to pit road. Here we go. Last pit stop of the race, or at least it should be, as hard as it's been to pass. Last pit stop of the season. This is when you can't speed. Don't make the mistake. Don't cost yourself. No mistakes in the final stop of the season. Kneebon, the only one to drive through the boxes. I think he's kind of thrown the rules out, trying to gain all the spots he can. As they come into the box. Colin, good stop there. Dylan, a little bit cautious now. Who's going to come out in the front? Pit lane. Kneebon leaves. Who's it going to be off the exit of pit road? Looks like Colton's going to get him. Colton wins the race off of pit road back in front of the 62.995. Pit road race. Alrighty, so we have it set up now. Now it looks like the drivers who are lapped down, we're going to pit now. Alright. The running order. Colin in the 36 came out of the pits first. Is your championship leader. Dylan come out second in the championship. Ryan Thompson coming out third. Beats Kneebon out of the pits once again. But not in the championship. And the last but not least, who's still in the race, Kneebon coming out fourth. So the top 4 been pulling away from everybody else this race. Does Kneebon have anything for him? Can he stick with Dylan and Colton? Can Colton get around him on newer tires? Can Colton hold him off? Let's go back and take a look, though, at what happened under that last incident. Let's take a look here and see. Into turn 3 and 4. Just contact, possibly. I don't know. That may have been netcode. That may have been a lot of netcode to spice up the ending in this one. Let's see. Connor and John Lewis. A lot of netcode. Just nothing that they could have done. And that was 100% netcode. So, very, very unfortunate. That's going to be the run. Luckily, didn't hit anything for Connor, though. But Connor was having a really good run. So, that really sucks for him. But netcode is going to be half of the championship battle. Don't want to see that happen between the front two. But we're going to re-rack them and get them back going here. Lights on the pace car are going to go out. We're going to double them up this time. Championship decider. It's going to be a 15-lap shootout. 16 sounds better when I say 15, so we'll see. We'll say 15 when we come back green. If anybody wants to cut clips out and make a highlight version, who cares? Pace car lights are off for the championship. 15-lap shootout to decide it. Colton, Dylan, Kneebon. The 3 going for the championship. Can Ryan steal one? Another storyline. Colton still looking for his first win of the season. That could be big as well. Obviously, in this format, doesn't have to win the race, but it looks like so far in this run, he will have to. So, back going green. 15-lap shootout to decide the champion. Colton fires. We're back green. Colton, great jump there. Ryan's going to go to the inside of the 62. Through 1 and 2. Really racy between those inside cars not being in the championship battle. Dylan able to clear Thompson. Looks like he does. And Kneebon's going to try to come with him. Going to try to make that outside work. Ryan trying to get that bottom to work. And Kneebon rolling that outside line. Trying to get back into the 3rd spot. Going to roll that outside line. Have the better center on the exit. Should have the run. He does. Ryan looked like he's going to let him go and let the 3 battle it out for the championship. I don't know how these three are doing it, because I've never raced in a championship format like this, but I'm shaking right now. Dylan lurking behind Colton. See, the gap probably won't come too much into play. Looks like Dylan's a little better on the longer runs. On newer tires, just isn't able to get to the back bumper of the 36 until about lap 20 of the run. So looking at these two battling it out, Colton has ran up front every single race. Problem, it may not finish up there, but he's ran every race up front. Hasn't had one where he's won, though. Looking for the first one. Dylan started off the season little off, and as we got into the playoffs, really started to open it up and got very, very fast. Ran with him at IRP, was side by side with him there. He won at Homestead. That locked him into this championship round. And now they're dueling it out. Let me get my facts right. I think he won it at Homestead last week. He did. So Dylan, winner of last week's race, to lock him into this one. As he's going to have a run on the 36. Into turn one. Going to look to the inside. Not going to be there, though. This is for the championship. Come on, boys. At the line this time. 10 laps to go. Dylan with a little bit of a run now. Down the front straightaway. Going to peek to the inside. Nearly side by side through the center of the corner. Almost washes up into Colton. Made sure of it. So that tells me right there, Dylan braked a lot during the center not to wash up into Colton. Really trying not to have an incident there. That shows a lot of sportsmanship, especially from Dylan. Doesn't want to touch him to pass it for the championship. Maybe a bumper to bumper, but washing up into him, something there we saw he did not want to do. I can't leave this battle. As soon as I feel like I leave this battle, it's going to change or something's going to happen. So I'm just going to be locked onto this battle here. I don't think I can turn away from it. So, oh boy. Colton, been under pressure this whole race. From Dylan being on his back bumper. Nick just lurking in the shadows, waiting for these two to possibly make contact. But a second off just isn't close enough to make the move for it. Good corner there from Dylan through the center. Exits what he's looking for, though. On the helmet cam. Let's watch the wheel movement as he goes into turn one through the next lap or two. Up higher. Tries to get the nose on the air. Or get air on the nose. Gets a good straight run on exit. Little bit of a better run than Colton into 3 and 4. That's what Ryan has to do. Or that's what Dylan has to do to make the pass work. And run that higher line. Colton driving it into the corner hard in the 3 and 4. That's where he's losing a little bit of his time is 3 and 4. Dylan better 3 and 4. Colton better 1 and 2. See a different line? Dylan slowed her down a lot there. Into the corner. Throws her in. Keeping her pinned on the inside line. The left front headlight's going to get a little bit of air on it. Here he goes. Does he have another opportunity at it? Going into turn one. All over the back bumper of him. Going to go to that higher line. Looks like he's going to get the better run off, though. Colton really struggled through the center there. With a run down the back straightaway. Here comes Dylan to the inside. For the championship with 5 laps to go. Colton trying to work that outside line. Is he going to be able to hold it down the front straightaway? That time at the line. Looks like it was still Colton. Colton at the line. How much was that at the line? Less than 1/10 of a second. Dylan is quicker, but has to get by. 25 hundredths of a second there. That time at the line. If that's the practice for the finish, this is going to be a hell of a championship final lap. Dylan's starting to blink out, though. That could hurt him because if he blinks, he's not going to be able to make contact or move the 36 if he needs to or has to win it. And look who's lurking, starting to pull in. Kneebon in the 95, starting to reel it in 0.5 of a second. Ryan may be helping him and pushing him to get closer to these two. Dylan saw his opportunity, had to look at it, wasn't able to do it. Colton rolled the outside perfect to get that move done. Colton needs to run that higher line through the corner. He sees what Dylan's doing, running that higher line, getting the straighter run on exit, and that's what's giving him the opportunity at it. Dylan going to have that same opportunity, going to go to the inside now. Dylan harder in the corner. Dylan going to try to hold him down even more. Practice for the finish once again. Looks like Dylan got it. 2 laps to go for the championship. Side by side once again through 1 and 2. Colton with the better exit. With the outside line, going to be clear down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4. 23 races. Comes down to the final lap. Does Dylan have anything for him? Lost a lot of time on the exit of 3 and 4. Colton has a gap now. Hasn't won all season. Been so consistent to make it into this championship round. Looked for his first win. He's going to leading it down the back straightaway for the final time. Into 3 and 4. On the exit, Colton is going to win the championship at Phoenix. What a championship battle. Colton is the 2023 Kneebon Truck Series champion.
Well,
I wanted to race up there, but I was just felt like I wasn't gonna mess up something.
Colton with his first win of the season gets it done here at Phoenix. In the final race of the season, pulls a Daniel Hemrick to win the championship. Holy cow. What a championship. I really don't even know what to say. I mean, that was incredible. What a battle. Colton wins the championship in the final race of the season.
Colton.
Yeah, great job, Colton. Great season, everybody. That was a ton of fun.
So here are the congratulations from the rest of the field.
Did you just pull a Hamrick?
He hammered it. Won the last race of the season to win it. Holy crap. I don't know how you guys did that because I was shaking at the end. Colton, Dylan, if you guys want to join the Real Racing World chat and do an interview, I will, just if you guys want to. I don't know if Kneebon wants to, but holy cow. Championship battle came down to the last 5 laps. Dylan had an opportunity of it, ran it super clean for the ship. Just missed it by 0.3 of a second. What a season. It can't, wow. I mean, I really don't even know what to say. This was the championship battle for a 5-lap dash. They battled it out 15 laps straight to win the championship. I'm trying to get them in for an interview. I don't know if they will, but Kneebon, if you go back and watch this, please, next season, do it again. I will broadcast the full thing. I'm 100% down. If we do sponsors or something, try to get some people to pitch in money to do it. I really don't care. But especially after the race we had and how competitive this league is, I really hope he does it again because this was an amazing championship battle. Even though I wasn't in it, I really could care less now. That was Colton through 3 and 4. After 150 laps, 0.3 of a second to decide it. First win of the season and championship goes to Colton. What a season. Trying to get Dylan in here. He said he'll join. He's going to go get water real quick. Hopefully Colton does. Kneebon, it would be cool to get an interview with him and see what he thought of the race. But man, I'm out of breath. I need a water. I'm starting to lose my voice. Holy cow. He's in the chat now. Dylan,
Oh man,
do you got a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, it came down to a 15-lap shootout between you and Colton. First, I want to ask you, when the yellow came out, what were you thinking when it first came out, and did you think that you had a shot at it?
I did. I mean, I was hoping it would go green to the end because I was hoping that I'd be able to save the tires better than him. I felt like I don't know. I mean, we were just so equal on speed there, but I feel like towards some of the ends of those runs, I saw him getting a little sideways out of the corners. But I mean, I was too, so I was just kind of hoping that I could save that right rear more and use it in the end to get by him. But yeah, I knew I probably wasn't going to pass him on pit road. That first pit stall didn't really do much for me. I was just focusing mainly on not sliding through my pit stall because I did that earlier on a green flag stop and he had a 5-second lead on me. So I'm kind of thankful a caution came out to erase that mistake. So I was just trying to not make that again. And then, I mean, at the end, I knew I really don't think there's anything I could have done to get around him other than get to his outside, which just wasn't going to happen with how much he was cutting that dog leg. And I tried getting the entry to 1 really high to get that run down the backstretch, but it just never really stuck. I was a little too tight for it.
Definitely. Well, you guys were within a tenth of a second, 2 or 3 laps there at the end, crossing the start-finish line. And if that was the finish, I don't know what I would have done. But it came down so close at the end that my heart was pounding. I don't know how you guys did it. And I mean, I know a points format, everybody loves a full championship points format, but this was the perfect way to end the season. You two battled out the whole race. You kept the pressure on Colton the whole race. Every lap, I don't think that you were behind him and didn't apply pressure. I mean, you were behind him every lap, and neither of you made a mistake, and that's what I'm more shocked about. You two, under the pressure, never made a mistake, but, well, I wish I could stream and show you, but I can't in this chat. But holy crap. With
yeah, I mean, my heart was pounding for sure.
I could imagine that was insane. With 3 to go, you peeked to the inside of 2 or into 3 and ran side by side for half a lap there. Did it ever, if you had the opportunity at it, did you think that if you were on his bumper into 3, you were going to move him? Or what would you have done if you could have been closer to try to get the championship?
I certainly thought about it. You know, I'm not going to lie. I thought about giving him the bumper, but, you know, in the end there, I got tight coming to the white flag, and that threw away any opportunity of doing that. But I don't think I would have done it just because, you know, it is for a championship. And obviously in real life, someone's going to do that. I mean, Daniel Hemrick did it in 2021. Funnily enough, the Colton Hemrick season, he does it. But I think he really deserved it. Obviously, it's tough going the whole season without winning. And then in the final race, you lead so many laps. I don't think I would have done it. I mean, he, like you said, neither of us made a mistake. That's really what I was just banking on. I think that was my best chance at getting a win, him making a mistake, which he's Colton. He's too good. He's not going to make one. So he deserved it. I think if I was on his bumper, I probably just would have, I don't know.
Try to pressure
I
him
think
to
I would have
mistake
rather
and make him overdrive
chastained it than hit him.
Well, you definitely gave her a hell of an effort, and we're side by side and had an opportunity at it. So hell of a season for you. Awesome battle. Great sportsmanship. I saw you in one the first time you got underneath him, get tight, and then braked a lot, trying to stay off of him. So great job staying off of him and not running him dirty. That was an awesome battle for you. What do you think about next season? If he doesn't, I know he's been iffy about doing it next season, but what do you think? You think he does it, or you think that we can try to convince him?
I hope so. I mean, this is fun. You know, obviously I don't know what my schedule looks like next season. I don't know if I'll be able to run the full schedule or not, but I mean, this is fun. This was awesome. Something to look forward to every Friday night. Just hop in and race with a really clean group of drivers who you can count on and race hard and know that you're not going to get wiped out, and that if you do, it's an honest mistake. It's just a great group of guys, and I think doing a season with I know Gavin's got the Gen 4 series, but I'd like to see a season in the Xfinity car, because that's personally my favorite of the top 3
100%,
NASCAR
yep.
series. I love the Xfinity car, so I'd love to see that. But yeah, I'd be down for another season. Like I said, it's a great group of guys, ton of class, ton of sportsmanship, and it's great racing. I'd be down for it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm really hoping he does. I'd be down to broadcast it. If he does, I'm going to broadcast the whole season. I'd be fine with that. Try to get sponsors to see if he would want sponsors to do it, help figure out money, help him at least tempt him to host it a little bit more. But this was an awesome championship race, an awesome season. I know it didn't come out the way that you wanted, but you definitely made it entertaining at the end of the day. So congratulations coming home P2 on the championship. And hopefully, we'll see you next season.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'll try to be there if he does one. I hope so. Thank you.
We'll try to convince him in chat. We'll see. So, good run, man, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. See ya.
See ya. Dylan coming home P2 in the championship, trying to get Colton in here, but isn't yet. All right, here with Colton, championship under his belt. Colton, how do you feel? How did you get that done?
Oh man, I can't believe it. And honestly, I have no idea. I had to first I got to say thank you so much to Daniel. He's provided some of us some setups, and he knocked it out of the park this week, and that gave me the tools I needed to go out there and get it done. And I felt like I had to be just about perfect. Dylan was on my tail just about the entire time, and I knew just one slip up and he would find his way around. And I'm on cloud nine. Can't believe I actually was able to pull that off.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you had pressure the entire race. I don't think Dylan was ahead of you for a lap, but he was on your bumper for the championship the whole race. And you didn't make a mistake. He didn't make a mistake. Talk to us about the pressure, what you were thinking that whole race with him right on your bumper for the championship, and how are you able to just kind of set the pressure aside and just stay running where you are and not make a mistake?
Well, you're absolutely right. He was basically in my back seat that entire race, and we had Nick coming up too. He had fresher tires at one point, I remember, and I remember Ryan Thompson came up. I mean, we have so many fast guys in this league. It's unbelievable, and that's what makes it so much even more special for me to be able to pull that off. So the thing was, I had to know, they're back there, but I got to hit my marks. I got to hit my line. I know what the fast line is, or at least what has been working for me. So I've just got to pay attention to where they are, but make sure that I know where I am too on the track, and hit the marks the way I need to, and maybe that'll be enough to stay out in front. And thankfully, it worked out.
Yeah, you had pressure the whole race, and that's one thing that's a lot different than real life. You're just kind of on your own. There's no one talking to you. You don't know where the other championship competitors are running, and that's kind of something that's maybe a little easier than if it was a full points format, because you just know the 3 cars you got to beat for the championship in this format. So there really wasn't too much pressure on just beat this guy by this many spots, but it was on your bumper and just beat him, hold him off. But Dylan, a few laps, got underneath you, had a little bit of a run, just couldn't get by you or get side by side on the exit of 2. When he dove to the inside and was side by side with you, what were you thinking, especially like in the 3 of those 2 times when he did get side by side with you and had a nose for about split second? What were you thinking then?
Yeah, so absolutely. That the final corner heading to the checkered flag, I knew he was stronger just about the whole race, it felt like. I think he was able to get in there a lot better than I was able to and carry speed through. And so I'll be honest, the moment he got his nose down there into that corner, I thought, this is it. I'm not going to be able to hold him off. He's better in this corner. He's got the preferred line. And so I had to make sure I pushed it as hard as I could without overdriving, and stick the corner. And thankfully, that was enough. The track position seemed to be very important, and thankfully that's what I had, and was able to keep it as a result. And if he were out in front, I don't know if I'm able to get around him. But man, what a race!
Yeah, I mean, the caution came out with a 15-lap shootout. You were able to hold off Dylan, came into the race winless. Somehow, you are the most consistent driver all season. I mean, every race, I think you've ran in the top 5 for over half of it, at least. And just couldn't ever get the win under your belt, but came away with it tonight and pulled the Daniel Hemrick. So awesome job there. I was shaking at the end. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I was shaking.
Yeah, I mean, I was as well. I mean, you know it. I pulled off the Daniel Hemrick, like you said. Don't expect a backflip, but I try that, I'll break every bone in my body. But I give my little burnout. I know it was a little pitiful, but I was shaking, man. I couldn't believe it.
Definitely. Well, one final question I want to ask you. What is your thoughts heading into next season if Nick does one? I mean, I think this race should be a good deal and show, hey, we should definitely run a season next season or something with it, because as competitive as it was and this season was, I mean, it came down to the last 15 lap shootouts of the season to win it. And what are you thinking? I hope he does another season, but what do you think about it?
Yeah, of course, that's up to him. But I'll be there if we do another season, whatever that might be. Um, I absolutely loved it. I mean, all the way back in February, I was there for the first race, and um, absolutely ecstatic to be here for the final race, and of course for it to turn out the way it did. And like I mentioned before, this league's got so many great drivers, and it was really something special to be able to kind of mimic the real truck series out there and do the points format. I'd never done that kind of racing before with stages and everything. And man, what a blast it was! It was awesome. And so, if Nick decides he wants to do it, I'm not sure if he was going to or not, but if he does, I'll be there.
100%. I'm really hoping he does next season. If he does, I will broadcast him 100%. Maybe not Daytona, because I might be going to the 500, so we'll see. But I will definitely broadcast the whole season. No doubt about it. Maybe a cool idea would be do 1 week truck, one Xfinity or something. Maybe do a shorter season, like 15, 20 weeks, and then go short tracks for trucks, Cup or Xfinity for the big tracks. I don't know, but I really hope he does. I'll broadcast it and see about maybe getting sponsors, helping him at least just pay for it or something, because he put on a Friday night series for all of the drivers to come out and run, have fun, look forward to during the week. So we appreciate him tons. But Colton, you are the 2023 Kneebon NIS Truck Series champion.
I can't believe it, man. That was some awesome stuff.
Well, congratulations. Hell of a season, hell of a race, and you deserved it. So congratulations, man.
Thank you, man, and thank you for the interview. This was really cool. I appreciate being part of it.
Yes, sir. Hoping to do more next season. I really like the broadcast and stuff, so yeah, I hope he does it next season. What a season. NIS Truck Series Championship Kneebon put on came down to a 15-lap shootout to decide the champion, and it was well worth it. 23 races came down to a tenth of a second. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm really happy I broadcasted it. It was a heck of a race. Congratulations, Colton, on the win. What a finish to the season. I hope Kneebon does it next season. I will broadcast the thing 100%. I hope maybe he does 20 race season and maybe every other week or something, does Xfinity big tracks, trucks at the short tracks or something. But what a season. Colton Hemricked it and won it on the last lap, or on the last race of the season, got his first win and came home with the win. So I'm hoping to look for sponsors, maybe help him host it next season or just convince him to do it. But congratulations, Colton, on the championship. Dylan, everybody in the season. what a season. Hopefully able to broadcast it next year. But that's going to do it for this one. So if you guys did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Nick, please do another season. This championship finale was amazing. Whatever you want to do with it, but I think everybody is going to support it. So please, please next season, do another one. I think we're all begging you, but congratulations, Colton, on it. And hopefully see you guys next year.